the words and I got the flow. See, I don't gotta write, I got the Holy Ghost. Yeah, that's called a ghost writer. Jeremiah 5:14, that's so fire. Isaiah 14, and when I retire, out of captivity, I broke the iron. Who that is coming out of Mount Zion? Woolly hair, looking like a lion. 1,000 men marching with no drums on, no trombone, just boots.
Welcome to FCN Quick News of the Day. I'm your host, Officer Phillip, and in today's news we have...
From the black demographics.
All right, so right now we're going to be going over black demographics, right? Let's see what the demographics on our people is. Read the bottom.
Black marriage.
So we're going to be going over the demographics of black marriage today. Let's get the next picture. All right, so read that.
Black marriage in America. Black marital status.
So we're going to be reading the statistics on black marital status, right? So now, that first blue column that you see right there,
right,
is read everything that's on the left.
Right. Black women.
Okay.
20% of them are married.
It's a 27%.
Oh, 27% of them married.
So 27% of black women are married in America. Now go down to the hard blue, the dark blue.
49% never married.
So now we're getting the statistics on marriage in America for quote-unquote black women who we know are the Israelite women, right? It says that 49% of them have never been married. Now let's read the next bar.
Black total. 31% married.
All right. So total as a nation or as the tribe of Judah, I think that this is what is going over. We are only 31% married. Now read the dark blue underneath that.
50% never married.
50% never married. Read the next bar.
Black men, 34% married. 51% never married.
Okay, now let's read the big bomb right here, because we just read about our quote-unquote culture, black culture. They say do it for the culture. According to the statistics, our culture is our people never being married. Read the next bar.
All U.S., 48% married, and 34% never married.
There you go. So only 34% of all America has never been married compared to 50%. Half of us that will never be married, and only 31 to 27% of us being married, right? So let's get some scriptures. Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 4. Because a lot of the issues that we have as a people stem from this right here. One of the 10 commandments is thou shalt not commit adultery, right? But our people find themselves in unmarried situations, having children and things like that. And then this is what God says is going to happen because of it. Read.
The book of Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all.
What's honorable?
Marriage is honorable in all.
So according to the statistics, only about 27% of our women are honorable. Only about 34% of our men are honorable. Read.
And the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge.
Pull back up that image of the percentages, because it said whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge. So 49% or plus that 13 with divorced, God will judge. Because I guarantee you, this 49 plus 13% is not keeping their legs closed. God said judgment's coming to them. 50% plus that 12 of all blacks not married, but they still doing things, having babies, God will judge. The 51 and 10% of men not married, God will what? Read it again.
But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge.
So now we're getting the numbers of God's judgment right now. So our people got to wake up, but we're going to go into some statistics, right? Go to the next picture. All right, so let's read this.
Marriage statistic by race.
So now it's going to break it down by race, because before it generalized it with all of America, but now it's going to break it down. Now, we already got the first line with 31% of us being married, 50% not. Next line.
Hispanic.
So the so-called Northern Kingdom, the so-called Hispanics, the Northern Kingdom of Israel, they not too far behind. What's their percentage?
43% married. 43% never married.
So they going to get God's judgment too, because it's 43 and that 8 with divorce and that 3 with separated, meaning that they married on paper, but they still, doing their thing with other people. Now read the next line.
White. 53% married. 28% never married.
There you go. So in slavery, they broke us down, because now look, we try to practice and be like the so-called white man, but they had a 53% marriage rate compared to our 31. That's insane. That's insanity. What's they never married rate?
Never married for white.
28%.
28%.
Of them will never be married. And read the next line.
Asian.
So-called the Moabites in the Bible.
59% married. And 31% never married.
Look at that. It's literally the opposite of our line. The opposite. And now we seeing the ramifications of these statistics, why our neighborhoods look so downtrodden. Because our people do not believe in marriage. And marriage is the backbone of culture, the backbone of building a nation, the backbone of society. And we had a 31%. Amazing. Next slide. All right, read that.
African Americans are the least married of any major racial / ethnic group in America.
It said that we the least married, but we the Israelites. We're God's chosen people, but we not abiding by God's commandments. Read.
According to the Census 2023 ACS survey, 31% of African Americans were married compared to 43% of Hispanics, 53% of whites, and 59% of Asians.
Read.
Also, 50% of African Americans have never been married compared to 28% of whites.
So our people, 50% of them have never been married, but guess what? We popping out babies left and right. So let's get some scriptures with that. Go to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14 and read verse 23. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14 and verse 23. So we're gonna see how we live in today and how God feels about it and why our neighborhoods look the way that they do based on these statistics.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14 and verse 23.
Read.
For whilst they slew their children in sacrifices or used secret ceremonies or made revelings of strange rites.
Okay, so it says, while they slew their children in sacrifices. What do you think happens when you have such a high rate of unmarried people having children? They sacrifice their children. In times past, they used to put them in the fire and sacrifice them to the god Molech. But what do now? They line up outside of the abortion clinic to get rid of the children that come from these unmarried relationships. We had the sister made a song twerking outside of the damn abortion clinic. Black woman was crying when abortion got banned, when Roe versus Wade got turned over. Why? Because we lack so much in the statistics of marriage. Read.
They kept their lives nor marriages any longer undefiled.
So we no longer kept our lives or our marriages undefiled. And it's going to get explicit how we defiled our marriages. Read.
But either one slew another traitorously or grieved him by adultery.
So our people slay each other and grieve each other with adultery. We got rappers who make songs about, hey man, I did this with his girl. I flew his girl out. I did this, and then what end up happening in the hood? People get shot down and killed, chasing behind women. Why? Because we don't take marriages seriously. We don't keep our marriages undefiled. Hell, we're not even having marriages, so we can't even keep it holy because we're not even following the institution of marriage. Give me the next slide. Matter of fact, read on. Finish it out.
Verse 25. So that there reign in all men without exception blood, manslaughter, theft, and dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumult, perjury.
There you go. So because our people are having children and not having the glue to raise up righteous children of marriage, now it says that reigned in all of our people without exception blood. How many of us know people that died to gun violence? Manslaughter, theft. How many of us have gotten our cars broken into? How many of us have been robbed? Why? Because guess what? Our people are no longer keeping marriages undefiled, so the children are growing up wild. They growing up with no dad, no dad in the house, just mommy, and then they growing up and doing things on their own. Watch this next slide.
Black women more likely to be married than white women.
Stop right there. Now that sounds strange. It said black women more likely to be married than white women. What the hell is this? We just read the statistics. Read the small print underneath.
Until 1970.
Read.
Then.
So it says then ... It says they was more likely to be married than the white woman until 1970. Then the ... is like, leave it up to your own imagination. What happened? Let's look at this graph. This dramatic graph.
Title.
Full tilt. Read.
Title: Percent never married among women aged 35 and older by race from 1890 to 2010.
All right, so we're gonna look at this. So the white women is illustrated by the green line, right? Yep. You see that it shows 5% in a little over 5% in 1890, and in the 2010 it's still around the same thing. But look at this. In 1890, the black woman was at about 5%. But then we jumped to the 70s, it was still around that 5 to 7%. Get to the 80s, it was rising up to 10%. And then from 80 to 90, it skyrocketed 15. From 90 to 2000, skyrocketed again 20. From 2000 to 2010, it's at 25. And the number is just escalating. Never being married. So with these sisters that's never being married, are they never having children? They having children. And what's happening to those children? We just read it in Wisdom of Solomon. Now, from there, let me get Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12. Let's see what's happening with these black women who used to be more likely to be married than the white women until the 70s. What's happening now in our neighborhoods because they are not getting married?
The book of Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12. As for my people, children shall be their oppressors.
So children oppress our people today, right? They oppress our people how? They the gangbangers, they the drug dealers, the drug users, YNs. Hell, even we talking about the young men, but let's talk about the young women. Cardi B said that she used to drug people and set them up. Who's the OnlyFans models that's oppressing people? It's our young daughters that's being raised without without fathers. Because prior to the 1970s, the black woman was married. And from 1970 on, she's just been skyrocketing into whoredom. And that's the reason why our people is messed up. Read.
And women rule over them.
So now we see the statistics don't lie. These so-called black women, the Israelite woman, is unmarried, and she's ruling over these unruly children. That's how we get Meg Thee Stallion. That's how we get Cardi B. That's how we get P. Diddy. That's how we get Shannon Sharp, because they was all raised by what? An unmarried black woman. The statistics don't lie, y'all. Read, finish it out.
Oh, my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err.
So those women, those unmarried women, cause our people to go off. And that's the importance of marriage. Statistically speaking, we should be the number one married because we got God's commandments. But the moment that we walked away from that, we got chaos. And here we are. The ghetto has been birthed. Next slide. Now, so we done got on the black woman, right? But now the black woman about to get a bone tossed to her because guess what? The statistics about to show something about the black man. Read that.
Black marriage in 2021.
So of the black demographic that is married, of the black man and black woman, let's read the statistics on who's married to each other.
Married black men, 3% other, 4% have an Hispanic spouse.
Okay, so that's fine because they with Israelites. You know, these people that made this demographic, they don't understand that. We understand that. So they in line with God's commandments. But read this next part.
8% have a white spouse.
So 8% of black married men have a white, and 3% have a other. So you may as well couple those together. The 8 and the 3, 11% of all black men that's married is married to the other nations. Amazing. Now let's see the black woman who has steadily been getting unmarried. Let's see what her allegiance is to our people.
85% of black men have a black wife.
Okay, that's good. Now let's go to the woman.
Married black woman. 1% other.
So only 1% of the black women married outside of black, Hispanic, and white. Go on.
2% Hispanic.
So she in line with that.
4% white.
So here it is. The all black woman that's married, the majority of them is married to Israelites. But when it came to the black man, what he want? He wanted Becky from the block. He wanted Becky. What they say? Becky with the good hair. He wanted a good credit score. The cottage cheese looking chick walking around with a 800 credit score, and he's sitting back, posted up, never leaving. Meanwhile, the black woman, she's for the most part loyal when she does get married. 93% married to the black man, and 2% to the Hispanic. So that's 95% she is in compliance when she is married, because the black woman, as shows right here, when she gets married, she want to get married to her own. So she got a bone there. So now, when our people get married outside of their race, that's an issue too. Go to Tobit chapter 4 and verse 12. Tobit chapter 4 and verse 12. So what is these statistics showing about how our people view marriage and view themselves? Because, you know, the greatest contract that you can have between two people is not a business contract. It's not a you know what these dudes like, these rappers. They want to get signed. That's not the greatest contract in the world. The greatest contract on God's green earth is a marriage. It's a marriage. So who should you be married to? Read.
The book of Tobit, chapter 4 and verse 12.
Uh-huh.
Beware of all whoredom. Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
It says, beware of whoredom and take a wife of the seed of thy fathers, meaning if you marry outside of your race, like 11% of black married men do, you are in whoredom, according to the Bible. So you still getting Hebrews 13 and 4 that we just read about. You still getting judged. Read.
And take not a strange woman to wife.
Don't take one of these other nations to wife. Guess what? Our sisters need you, black man. Hispanic man. Why would you give your strength to the other nations who hate your guts? Look at our communities. These sisters need righteous husbands, and that's where you come in. Read.
Which is not of thy father's tribe.
Uh-huh.
For we are the children of the prophets, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred.
There you go. So our forefathers, the great men, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, all of our ancestors married inside of their race. And now guess what was birthed from that? The greatness. The Israelites was birthed from that. So now imagine you take that holy line and give it to somebody else. Keep it within your own, just like how the prophets did. We are the children of the prophets. We're not the children of the Edomites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Girgashites. No, they don't have a God. We are the children of the people that had a God, and therefore we have one. So you got to marry inside your race. Keep going. We're going to go down to verse 13.
And we're blessed in their children.
And they was blessed in their children when they married inside of their race. You're not going to be, ask Drake if he's blessed in his children that he married outside of his race. Ask his father. Ask all of the children that come from those relationships and see if that relationship was beneficial to them. You want to be blessed inside your children, you got to marry an Israelite. Read.
And their seed shall inherit the land.
Read verse 13.
Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren.
Do what?
Love thy brethren.
Why do you think the Bible said right in the next verse after it said marry inside your race, it said love your brethren? It's going to show you when you marry outside your race how you feel about your race. Read.
And despise not in thy heart thy brethren.
So if you marry outside of your race, you despise in your heart your people. Your brethren is your people. What is that? That psychologically in your mind, you are supposed to be married to the thing that you find most attractive, the thing you find most value in. And here it is, you married to a can of cottage cheese. Amazing. When we got the best of the best, the cream of the crop, because we the cream of the crop. And then you want to give your strength to Gordon's fishermen. Amazing. Read.
The sons and daughters of thy people. And not taking a wife of them.
There you go. So when you don't take a wife of your people, it shows that you despise your people in your heart. Right? Next slide. There we go. Let's get this. I'm going to close it out with this. This brother was on point with this one.
We are Generation X. I think we all part of Generation X here.
Pretty much.
Before them was the baby boomers. Now the baby boomers was the ones who was taught by the silent generation, which was in the 1920s. But those people right there taught the baby boomers how to be a mother.
Stop. Pause it right there. So he's telling you about the generations that came before us. He said there was a generation that taught the baby boomers how to be mothers. Play on.
And they taught, Big Mama taught them.
They groomed them.
They groomed them.
Yeah.
But they refused to teach us because they were so worried about their own lifestyle.
You heard that? He said in these last days, they got taught from their parents, but they refused to teach us in this generation because they was worried about their own lifestyle. They was worried about their own lifestyle. Damn, I could swear the Bible says that would happen in the last days. Get that in the book of 2 Timothy. Read 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. We're going to read the verse 2. He said that the disconnect happened in a generation after the boomers. They got so concerned with their own lifestyle, they said to hell with teaching the next generation about marriage. And we're going to see why.
The book of 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. This know also that in the last days.
Which days?
In the last days.
That's a key. Hey, I'm going to tell y'all right now. The statistics that you see on our marriage prove that we are in the last days. That's exactly where we at, y'all. This is the greatest of time and the worst of times because we are closer than ever to Christ's return, but we are in the worst of times because before Christ's return is going to be hell on earth. And we seeing that in our communities because we don't have any marriages. Read.
That in the last days, perilous times shall come.
Perilous times shall come. You know what a perilous time is? When you have to grow up inside of a household with one parent. A perilous time is when you have to depend on a nation that hates your guts to give your mommy food stamps so that you can eat. That's where you're at. Read.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
Just like the brother said. In the generations past, they cared about the generation coming after them. They taught them it's important to get married. It's important to love your own. But then the disconnect happened when they started doing what? Being what of themselves?
For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
They stopped caring about the next generation and only cared about self. Just where Satan wanted them. Read.
Covetous.
They was what?
Covetous.
No longer did they think about, hey, let me raise up my children. Let me spend time with my children. What did they start doing? Getting overtime. The woman said, you know what? To hell with that. I want to be like the man. I'm finna go work. To hell with the children. They became covetous. In times past, coming out of slavery, we wasn't covetous. We was worried about surviving. We was worried about, okay, finally we got the chains off. Let's build. Let's do something. But a disconnect happened when Esau came in and gave food stamps. Now everybody said, man, to hell with that. I don't need nobody, man. White man taking care of me. I'm gonna do me. To hell with my children. Read.
Boasters.
Boasters. Now, guess what? You want to see a boaster? All you have to do is open up Instagram, open up YouTube, open up TikTok, and then see people, what they do with the thing with the money like this. Meanwhile, they ain't got a pot to piss in. They just got that stack of money. It's $100 bill on the top and a bunch of ones in between it. Boasters. Read.
Proud.
Proud. Our people are proud. And guess what? Their pride shows when we bring the Bible to them and show them, hey, sister, you know you're supposed to be married to the man you having sex with. And they say, oh, nah, to hell with that. Nah. Man, we was at camp one time and a sister told us, hey, man, you know, I'm going to keep on having a bunch of children because, what's that? Child support, that's the lick. If I get 5, hey, I'm good. Read.
Blasphemers.
Blasphemers. How do they blaspheme? Because they think that they are all good in white Jesus. As long as they pray to white Jesus and, you know, he got the teddy bear behind his back. The big teddy bear and he take the little teddy bear from you and he give you the big, that's blasphemy. The truth of the matter is Christ is a black man and he's telling you that if you don't get married to the person that you're sleeping with, he got judgment coming for you. And guess what? You see the judgment bringing forth now when you look into our communities. Finish off that verse 3, and we're going to close it.
Disobedient to parents.
There you go. That's the reason why our children don't obey their parents. Why? Because they see mommy's a thought. They see daddy's a deadbeat. Read.
Unthankful, unholy.
There you go. And ultimately, we become an unholy people. So y'all just seen the statistics, y'all. We got to repent, keep God's commandments. Let's make marriages honorable again so we could get the kingdom. I've been Officer Phillip, and with that, I say shalom.
What is the nation? Nation is men leading by example.